Six for Sixers podcast here. Your host, Creek. Heartbreak City in New York City is what I'll call this. Heartbreak City in New York City. The Sixers lose to the Knicks 104-101. And a absolute heartbreaker. I have not a lot of words about how I feel because it took me some time to even get ready and post this video. But this was the absolute dagger for the Sixers. This was a game that some termed as a must win, and we obviously did not win it. And not only did we not win it, we lost it in a fashion that is one that might really have implications on the rest of the series, because this was our opportunity to potentially steal one in New York. We know that Embiid is laboring, and this was a good chance for us to go on and get one that we could go home with the series tied up. Still not over, very far from over. We come back in Wells Fargo and win the next game, and we're right back in it. But wow, let's get to it. This is the Six for Sixers podcast. And what we do is we break down the game in 6 points or more. And I'm going to stick with the 6 today because I'm going to make it real short and tight and get on out of here. The first thing is, wow, I had a lot of good points, and then I had a lot of points that I felt the Sixers need to do better on. So let's start with the needs improvement. And I'll just bundle all the guys up into one package. Harris, Oubre Jr. need to do better, flat out. Those two guys have, by and large, come up missing in the series. Oubre had 4 points tonight on 2 of 7 shooting, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Didn't even defend well, so he didn't bring much to the table. And I'll couple Harris in with that first point as well. 10 points, 4 for 11. He did have 9 rebounds. He has rebounded rather well in this series, partially, I think, because Joel Embiid is not able to rebound as he normally would. So a lot of those rebounds are going to Harris. However, we need more than 10 points from Harris. He hasn't presented himself to be a threat in many ways from 3 or from interior game like he's capable of doing. So both of those players have come up missing and have left Embiid and Maxey out there to do everything. And they're just not capable of doing everything as great as they are. So point number 1, we really need Harris and Oubre to step up in the next games because our 2 superstars are shouldering a heavy load. And it's not possible to maintain that over a 7-game series. You need a team effort. So that's my point number 1. And these points are in no order because I'm just going off of, what I saw. Point number 2, I'm going to give to Joel Embiid. Just playing injured, still a monster game, 34, 10, and 6 assists. And I don't know why people question Embiid's heart, saying he doesn't have the heart, he doesn't have the mentality. This guy is playing through it all. He does have heart. He does have a strong mindset he is dedicated and devoted to the city of Philadelphia, or he wouldn't be out there. He could easily just pack it in and just not play, or just claim that he's injured. A lot of guys have done it last year. Zion Williamson did it in New Orleans, just basically said he just was not ready to play, even though he was maybe capable of playing. Embiid is out there. He's giving it his all. He's still having monster games. Obviously, that knee is giving him trouble because he was getting some massages on the bench, and he was even limping noticeably toward the end of the game. But let's stop calling this guy, saying that he doesn't have a mentality to win or he's not tough. It's tough to play through the conditions he plays. So I tip my hat to Joel Embiid. Point number 2, monster game, great game, and I appreciate it. If the city doesn't appreciate it, I appreciate what you bring to the table and just trying to fight through this, even though your teammates, for the most part, are not supporting your efforts. Point number 3, Tyrese Maxey, 35 points, 5 for 11, 3-point shooting, 9 rebounds, 10 assists. Great game, and really emerged as the team leader with Embiid in being really hobbled in the state that he's in. Maxey really shouldered the load today. Even the last couple shots, Embiid was deferring to Maxey and letting Maxey just go ahead and take the reins, and he definitely did. The last play where Hardenstein blocked Maxey's shot, it was very close to being on the backboard. I don't think it was on the backboard, but it's very close. Probably was a clean block. They didn't replay it from telecast I was watching. Actually, I think they did replay it once, but I felt like it probably should have taken another look at it. Yeah, either way, I think Sixers were out of timeouts and out of challenges, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But Tyrese Maxey is really emerging as the leader of this team. He apparently wasn't feeling well and missed the shoot around, but still came out, gave a great effort. And my next point goes to just the bench. This is point number 4. The bench is not producing at all. Paul Reed, 2 points. Buddy Hield, 2 points. Hield only shot 3 shots. Hield has been unable to get a shot up unless he's wide open. The Knicks have done a great job of smothering him. When you smother him, he's not a great ball handler. He can't really create going to the basket that well. And he's just, if he's not open, he's not going to be able to shoot or create his own shot. So Hield has been smothered out, and that's pretty much a wrap for him. This is his first playoff series, and I think today in his 2 points were his first 2 points ever in a playoff series. This is his first playoff series, so he's not used. This is a big stage for him. He's just doesn't appear to be ready for it, and it's not we really can do about that. There's no answer to that. He's just not ready for that stage. I don't believe Oubre is either. Doesn't have a lot of playoff experience, and I just think it's a whole different monster in the playoffs with the crowd. I mean, New York crowd is just electric, and just they got all the stars out. I mean, I saw John Starks, Carmelo Anthony, I saw Latrell Sprewell, Chris Rock, all these people, and I just think that Buddy Hield is just not ready for it. Paul Reed only played 9 minutes, and he played 1 for 1 on field goals, 2 rebounds. So the bench is not producing, and that has become a big factor. And you have to look at, as opposed to the Knicks bench, we got McBride coming off the bench, and Robinson didn't do so much this game, but it's just a big disparity in the bench scoring between what the Sixers did in the regular season and then what they're doing in the playoffs. The other factor, point number 5, is Nick Nurse. I'm not really sure what he's trying to do. And I'm not an NBA coach, never have been, and at this stage in life probably never will be, but I think that it's time to explore putting some other guys in to help Embiid rebound, because Embiid is down in the paint. He's taking up space in the paint, but he's not able to jump at all. And he's just not going to be able to grab rebounds. So he's there, but he's not active in grabbing a rebound because he can't jump. So why not move him out and put Reed in there and play him in tandem with Embiid? Let Reed get rebounds. Let maybe Mo Bamba get rebounds. But Harris is not producing. Let's see what Ricky Council can do. Did not plays Martin, Bamba, Payne, Council. None of those guys are even getting an opportunity to try to do anything. And I think it's time to just start exploring some different avenues to see who might be able to contribute in a different way. So that's on Nick Nurse. I thought he was very fiery. He made some good choices, but just the team just didn't come through. And I know that when you get in the playoffs, that rotation tightens up a little bit. Everybody's not going to play, but I just think that I almost rather have campaign in the game than Buddy Hield at this point. So let's see what the coaches do for the next game. We're down 2-0 now. Moving on, and let's say on point number 6. Point number 6, man, is just let's give it a positive point. And I think that the Knicks are doing a pretty good job defending overall. They're doing a good job on Jalen Brunson. He was only 8 for 29, 1 for 6 from 3. But in the same sense, you got Hartenstein, who was 7 for 8. And that is partially, again, what I said earlier. Embiid being hobbled, Hartenstein is taking a lot of he's taking full advantage of that, which he should. But if you have Paul Reed, Mo Bamba down there, it might be a little bit more difficult for him, as those guys still had the ability to jump and try to defend the paint, and they have fouls that they can give. So I think we're doing a good job on Jalen Brunson, but Hartenstein, Josh Hart, those guys are not, they're having playoff series that are not typical for them during a normal game, and it's really hurting us. So I don't know what they're going to do to shut them down, but I think the Sixers gave a hard-fought game, and it's probably just as many positive points as points that need to improve on. So let's just look forward to the next game. See if we can get a win in the Wells Fargo Center. Obviously, the next game is a must-win for the Sixers. I will say the Sixers rebounded a lot better up until the last couple minutes of the game. And the last couple minutes of the game was where the heartbreak took place. And that is probably going to be my last point for the day, is that we did not do what we were supposed to do to secure the game. We had a 5-point lead, and we allowed it to dwindle by just simply not being able to rebound and secure the ball. Kyle Lowry threw the ball to Maxey, and Maxey got trapped. Maxey went straight into the sideline and got trapped and fell down. Was unable to secure the ball, and the ball just leaked out, just gave the ball up. And then the Knicks got 2 chances at the basket. And I knew on that second one that kicked out to DiVincenzo, I knew that was going to be the dagger, because he had already had one shot at it, missed, unable to rebounding. Kicked it back out to him, and that was it. So that is not the way that game was in the bag for the most part. And we just let it go. So this is the 6 for Sixers podcast. Creek here. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're not going to get too wordy. Not going to get emotional. Hopefully Embiid gets some rest and can come out on that knee, and hopefully Nurse can realize that he needs to put some more players in there that's going to be able to help Embiid. And if the ones that are starting are not cutting it, then let's move them out. Let's get some of these younger guys in. Rather go out fighting with guys who seem to want to play than guys who are folding up because the lights are too bright. All right, we out of here. See you on the next time. Like, share, comment. If you're watching this on the Facebook page, drop a comment. Peace out.